Okay, so this video is to get it so people can understand what's been going on. Because I got the house, my payments changed for my benefit and it screwed up all my loans. And I've been trying to sort that out for the last 4 weeks and different things with MSD and etc. And because can't get hold of Kay, haven't been able to get hold of her for a while now, so I'm just wondering if she's okay. But the end result is the bank take the money for the loan out automatically, and if there's not enough money in there to cover it, then it becomes a default, and then they try again for another 5 days, and again default, because there's not enough money to cover everything in there and pay all the things I have to pay as well for my health and everything else, and what I juggle around and etc. because I juggle things and I buy things in bulk and etc. So the end result is I ended up getting into debt with the bank while I waited for MSD to sort things out, because everybody who knows me knows that I've been arguing with them and trying to get them to do the rods for a very long time, and I've been consistently having arguments with them because they're not following policy, which is why I rang Carmel Cephaloni's office again the other day, why I also had to ring Chris Farfoy's office because the legal system's not doing what it's supposed to as well. And so ended up again with arguments because they're not paying me correctly. They're not covering the costs, even though I've got paperwork that states that MOH and MSD are supposed to look after me. So I ended up getting into debt with the bank. So I rang them last week and said, because I got told with my loan payments, when I got my loan originally, that I could up it or down it. And what she told me was that if I wanted to increase my payments, I could easily do that and increase them and add the money to the thing that they set up for where the loan goes. Or if I needed to, I could drop them down. I just needed to find out how much I could drop it down to. And because I didn't know how to do that, and they said about do it online and all the other shit, so I'm like, well, I'm not quite sure how to do that because I've never done it before. So that's why I rang them last week. And I got passed through about 3 different departments before I ended up with a lady by the name of Asha, who seemed to understand what I was explaining and said, yeah, she'll sort it all out and it should be fine and there won't be any problems. That was after an hour on the phone had been passed around, as I said. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That took a weight off my mind because as far as I know, that way then they'll start taking the $75 out to cover the loan and I can sort everything else out. And in the meantime, I know the loan's getting paid and it's all taken care of. So I had to borrow some money off Denise because I had a bit of a problem. I needed some money ASAP. And when I checked my bank account to see if the money had gone in from Denise, my bank said that the 206 payment was still listed to come off in the afternoon and that they had taken $75 off me in loan arrears. And I'm like, eh? So I rang them at 11:30 and was on the phone from 11:30 talking to them for over 2 hours. And I was in the bank after 3 o'clock, because you can see the clock in there, still trying to get this sorted out. And that's why I ended up having to record it and put it all up online, because they obviously don't seem to understand English anymore when you explain to them in simple, plain English. Everybody I've explained it to about what I've just gone through and what I explained in the videos and everything else, about 90% of them understood exactly what I was saying. You know, and yet when I was doing with the bank, they couldn't. And I went through about 5 departments trying to get through to someone. And eventually, after an hour and a half on the phone, I got hold of a lady who could understand the English that I was speaking, could understand exactly what I was doing. And she was the one who just came up with the idea of open the other account and do the bits and pieces. You know. And then she transferred me to the lady so I could get the loan payment stopped. And I explained to that one what was going on. And she wanted this, that, and the other. I says, no, I just need you to stop the loan payment, since I've been on the phone with you people for nearly 2 hours at that time period. Yeah, and again, she was making excuse upon excuse instead of just doing her fucking job and stopping the payments. And because by that time I reached the bank, and I got into the bank, and I was explaining it to the lady, which was the one in the red shirt behind the counter, when the one in the black shirt, which is Nutter or whatever her surname is, because as far as I'm concerned, she is a bit of a nutter in some ways, comes and starts interfering and going, oh, you know, I'll show you. I said, I'm not shouting yet, right, because I talk in a loud voice. She didn't ask my name. She didn't ask what the situation was. She's just assuming that I'm just going off my nut for no reason. Strike 1, dumb fuck. Strike 2 is when she decides to threaten me with the police. I'm like, right, get them here. Call them. Go and call them. That's why I started videoing. Because with the police being there, their job is to mediate. So hopefully, which is what I hoped, was when they showed up, they actually make them do their job. And you can see from the videos, first one was 17, nearly 18 minutes. And she actually hadn't done anything but be a fucking pain in the ass and walk back and forth on the phone talking to the police. She did nothing about solving my problem with the bank, nothing about solving the problem that they were supposed to sort out. And you can clearly see nearly 18 minutes worth of it. She took my card, she couldn't log in, she waltzed off back out the back, she came back. Then she tried to tell me in between when the phone was off, for the video, that she talked to the other person and she's sorting it out, and then she told the police the same story when I turned the phone back on again because she started fucking around again. Right. So I didn't actually leave the bank until at least 3:30 in the afternoon when they were supposed to have sorted it out last week, and I'd started on the phone at 11:30. And then they're wondering why I'm angry with them. And then they say, oh, no, it's all sorted, it's all fine. You heard us say we're sorting it out. So they sorted it out according to what she said on camera. And when I left, so they said it was sorted out as well. And then I get a phone call about half an hour, 45 minutes later from the Financial Solutions. And I explained to him what had gone on and everything else. He goes, yeah, and he understood exactly what I was saying. And again, even though he was an Indian, he knew exactly what, he understood English. He did everything he was supposed to do in his job. And he says, yeah, so, and he said, well, what we can do is we can drop the payments down and make it so I pay my loan for another year to cover the shortfalls and get it all straightened out. And that would solve the problem all around until Wins sorts their shit out. And I'm like, sweet. And he goes, yeah, I'll just run it by my bosses, is what he said. And he goes, I'll let you know tomorrow night. And I'm like, cool, thank you very much. And that took basically 10 minutes. So I'm patiently waiting to find out what they have to say. When I get a letter brought up to me that's been sent by Sub 60 via the courier. And the letter was that one I put up on the video, where they're now trespassing me and closing my bank account. After all the hassle we've gone to open the account and sort that other things out for the account, they're now closing it. How intelligent is Westpac? Not. How useful are they? Not. How sorry are they? They weren't. They kept going, oh, sorry, was all the different staff, but they're not actually sorry, and they didn't fix anything. In fact, they caused nothing but more mess and more problems. That's why I've done this video, so you can understand exactly what's going on, why am I right about it, and I'm going to make damn sure that the entire system knows that I'm not happy with it, because I've just been on the phone with them again to try and get this sorted out. And the woman's, oh, sorry, I understand about that, but at the end of the day, you were abusive to ourselves, you threatened to strangle him. Where did I threaten to strangle him? I didn't threaten to strangle him on the phone, I didn't threaten to strangle him in the video. So again, they're lying, and they're incompetent as well as lying. And this is to prove, again, what I've been saying and what's been going on. Because we should not have to put up with this kind of crap from a company that we pay the services for, that's supposed to be looking after our money and taking care of its customers. Making a disabled person who's got a bandage on their ankle because my ankle's fucked, my strapping's only just come off my back, stand and argue with them to fix a problem they were supposed to fix last week is good customer service and good service in any way, manner or form, then somebody's fucked in the head.